Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Britta. In today's video I am going to review the Dahlia eyeshadow palettes. I've only come across this brand about 2 months ago when I was watching one of Claire Marshall's videos. If you don't know who Claire Marshall is, I will put the link to her channel in my description box down below because I just absolutely love her videos. She mentioned Dahlia, and it's a Korean makeup brand, and I'm all for Korean skincare and makeup, so I had to check out this brand. They're relatively new. They only launched last year, and this year in August they're celebrating their 1st year anniversary, so they're super new. I went onto the Dahlia website to check out the brand and the products, and they do have lipsticks, cushion foundations, concealers and eyeshadows. And I was mostly drawn to the eyeshadows. I'm not a huge fan of buying foundations online, that's why I didn't buy any cushion foundations or concealers. And with lipsticks, I prefer to use long-lasting liquid lipsticks that I don't have to touch up. So yeah, I ended up buying the eyeshadow palettes, and I got every single one of them. So I bought the Duel Paradise palette collection and a single Strawberry Crush eyeshadow palette. Now each of these little single palettes costs $29, and the collection costs $145, which if you break it down, in the end it's $29 for the individual one. So it doesn't really make a difference whether you buy them individually or as a collection. I just wanted to see the packaging of the collection, that's why I bought the collection instead of the single one. The reason why I bought the single one though is because they have 6 eyeshadows and the collection only has 5 out of the 6 eyeshadows, and I wanted all of the eyeshadows. That's why I got the collection one and the single one. Now as you can see, I'm not wearing any eye makeup, and that's because I'm going to apply one of the eyeshadows on my eyes and create a look with it and see how it works, how it blends, how it feels, and how vibrant the colors are. But first I'll be doing some swatches and talk you through the colors and everything. Let's start off with the Strawberry Crush, which is this one right here. The packaging is so cute. It has this beautiful marble pattern, which I think is so gorgeous. Those come in this packaging. Now when you oh no.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
This just came out. Oh, this is annoying. You get a cream shade right here, which is called a multi-balm, which you can use for your lips and your cheeks. And on the other side you get 2 eyeshadows. These ones right here are actually quite glittery. You also get a mirror on each side, which I don't think I'll be using, to be honest, because they're really small. I am going to swatch this color first. Oh, I don't know if you can actually see, but they're not very pigmented at all. The next shade right here. This one is maybe more noticeable. Honestly though, I don't really think it shows up very well. You can hardly see the color in the middle, but it's quite glittery. Okay, that was Strawberry Crush, and that was a little disappointing. I expected a little bit more of a color payoff, but then again in Korea people prefer to have a lighter eyeshadow than like a really intense eyeshadow look, so maybe that's why. Anyway, let's move on to the Paradise Duel palette collection. And as you can see, I haven't even opened it yet, so I will be doing it with you right now. This is so pretty. I absolutely love, love, love the packaging. This one right here is Peach Champagne, and both of them are balms. This is what the yellow shade looks like. And this is the coral shade, which is quite similar to the Strawberry Crush one. As you can see, the glitter part of the eyeshadow has actually come out of the pan, so I'm just gonna slowly push it in. And I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed with the fact that it has come out of a pan. On the other side of the Cocoa Delight palette, you have two matte eyeshadows. So I'm just going to swatch this. This is the glitter shade of the Cocoa Delight palette. And again, the color payoff is not that great, so I'm going in again to kind of swatch it. I'm swatching the darker shade. The next palette that I have is Caramel Slice. And oh my god, again, this is so annoying. So again, the glitter shade came out of the palette, as you can see. Anyway, I'm gonna swatch the glitter shade on my arm. And this one is like a golden champagne tone. It definitely swatches a lot better than I expected. I don't know if you can tell, but the darker shade definitely has more of a shimmery satin finish. I'm not sure about the lighter one. It might have the same finish or it might be matte. So I'm just gonna check it out now. This shade right here is not completely matte. It has a slight satin finish and it swatches actually quite beautifully. The lighter shade also swatched quite easily and felt quite buttery as well. Now the next palette that I have is Sunset Romance, and you get a multi-balm as well as a dual glitter eyeshadow. I don't know if you can tell, but there are definitely two glitter eyeshadow shades in this pan, but they look very similar. This is what the multi-balm looks like. I don't know if you can tell, again the shade is very, very light. The second glitter shade is definitely more pigmented than the first one. Last but not least, we have Lady Oxford, and I think this one is the one that I'm most likely to use on a regular basis, simply because it has two matte shades and a neutral balm. Swatch it right here. Then the darker shade looks like this, and this is what the balm looks like. I have decided that I'm going to use the Cocoa Delight Duel palette for this look, and I'm going to start off with the matte shades here. I'm going to start off with the lightest shade actually. I'm going to apply this on the outer V of my eyes. So far I think it works quite well. I do need to build it up. But I don't mind too much, especially with matte shades and trying to get a more natural look out of this. I prefer a little less than too much. Now, using my brush and going in with the darker shade, I'm going to create a little bit more depth. I'm going to focus on the outer corners of my eyes. For the center of my eyelid, I will use the glitter shade of the Cocoa Delight palette that kind of broke, but I try to press it back in. And because it's such a glittery palette, I think it's best to use it with my fingers. I will also use the NYX glitter primer to prime my eyelid, and that way hopefully the eyeshadow will stay on longer and be less messy as well. Going in with my ring finger, I'm just going to just dab it on my lids. I think the primer did make a big difference because the color payoff is so incredible. And also with these glitter eyeshadows, I find that they don't swatch really well. They are more for dabbing and building it up on your lids rather than blending it out as a regular eyeshadow. This is what it looks like. I do think it's very beautiful. For my lower lids, I will use the dark shade of caramel slice. I'm just going to apply a little bit of mascara. I still want to keep this look very natural. To finish off the look, I'm going to use the Multi Balm from the Strawberry Crush palette and apply this on my lips. This is the final look. Now I have mixed feelings, but while I was watching this, I was actually not enjoying it at all. I found that a lot of these, especially a lot of the glittery shades, were very chunky and had no color payoff whatsoever. But after using it, I do like at least one of these palettes. I do very much like Cocoa Delight, and it's definitely a palette that I would see myself using regularly. There are also palettes like Lady Oxford that I would actually use on a daily basis to create like a very natural, no makeup look. I'm a bit torn because on one hand, obviously I'm not happy about the fact that some of the eyeshadows came broken, which when you pay that much, obviously you don't want this to happen. I don't feel comfortable saying that these are bad, but I don't feel comfortable either telling you, yes, you should definitely go out and get them right now, because they're somewhere in between. And for me to give you like a full honest opinion, I'll need to use them more, and I will have to use all of these palettes to actually give you an opinion on which ones are good and which ones are bad. And I think that's the fairest way to give my full opinion on this. I'm still a little bit torn. I'm sorry about this. I wanted to do a first impressions and give you my opinion straight after, just like I did with the Lush foundation. But I think from the bottom of my heart, I can't really say whether it's amazing or whether it's terrible. I'm going to use all of the palettes throughout the next few weeks and then upload a full review on the palettes and give you my honest and in-depth opinion. I'm really sorry to leave you hanging like this, but I hope you enjoyed this video nevertheless. And if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, then do it right now. I promise I'll give you cookies. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!